What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 66 of EZPZ Podcast. We've got a great show for you this week. I've got on the panel Nick.
What's up, guys?
And Trey.
Hello.
What up, Trey? Glad to have you back. We have a good show for you, though. We're going to chat about net neutrality, and then we'll briefly chat about it since we've already reported on it in a previous episode. The new study that came out of University of California, Irvine, with the alcohol and coffee. It's good for you, y'all. It's good for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to live to be 600 then.
Yeah. And the post-Parkland world that we're living in. Repercussions of that to entertainment. But first, we all three went to Midwest Meltdown last week. Or last night. Excuse me, yesterday. Okay, so hold up. It wasn't last week. It wasn't last night because it was a full freaking day. It was yesterday. So, yeah, I want to see what you guys thought about that overall. The lineup, the venue, the location.
I'm still trying to drag my ass out of the quagmire, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired, but there was like some good shit going on.
Yeah.
I think like the beginning of the show was just like not my thing. Like I don't participate in the newer hardcore scene. I'm not a super fan of any of that kind of stuff. I was there for the old shit, and even when I heard the old shit, I was kind of like, this is why it's old shit.
Yeah, this is why I'm not listening to it anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But, like, there was some good shit. Like, I definitely liked Nothing Left a lot.
Yeah, so nothing, I think it was Nothing More or Nothing Left?
I thought it was Nothing Left.
Yeah, Nothing Left.
Okay.
And I messed up when I was telling you about it the other day. Nothing Left is the one that's the X for today.
Oh, no way. So it's not Nehemiah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say that makes more sense because the Nehemiah guys were old.
Yeah.
Super old. But... yeah, keep going, Trey.
Oh, no, I was just saying they were, like, a sweet band with, like, kind of, like, some throwback, like, vibes. Like, they had a lot of the Discordy stuff, like Norma Jean, Chariot.
For sure. Yeah, that's exactly what you said right after they played.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought they were probably the best band there. But,
besides, like, the vibes and, like, the vibes, wrong word, but, like, the energy of Too Pure to Die, they were my actual favorite.
That shit was funny.
That was just crazy to see, all those old guys come out of the woodwork and just go nuts.
That was super, I was very impressed, so much so that I actually told him, I was, like, chatting with him for a little bit, Paul Nice.
Yeah, oh, really?
He was up there the entire time.
I've seen him a few times do some pretty insane shit. Like, every once in a while, he'll just pop out and then just go nuts.
That's awesome. I love that. I mean,
for some context, it's a local tattoo artist that does a lot of my tattoos and Nick's tattoos, but this dude was straight up hanging from the ceiling at a point.
He just dropped on people.
A married man with like
he's got
kids,
3 kids now. Yeah,
he's got a beautiful family.
He really does.
He's worked his ass off, obviously, to become one of the best tattoo artists in Iowa, if not the best, right? I mean, he's
definitely like in traditional style. He fucking
murders it.
Yeah. Top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to him though. He works at Ironheart. Nick has had like 40 hours on the bench with him, right? I mean,
at least,
it's crazy.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Next month I'm probably getting. I always try to get a tattoo on my birthday. So
yeah, that's what you were saying. That's a good idea. So like you said that you use your birthday money. So like, does Shayna just contribute to that usually?
Shayna and family. And I just use that and get a tattoo. So I don't really spend money on them anymore. Yeah. Because I don't really have the money to. But that's like a good excuse, and that's like my birthday present to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was definitely like, it's hilarious. I'm watching this band and like, oh man, I really need to get a tattoo.
Yeah. I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah. No,
well, doesn't it help that your girlfriend Gail, who I would love to have on the show in March at some point, but she got some crazy good work going on her arm, right?
That's Taylor Ross at the Arcadian, and he did my whole like torso shit, and now he's doing her arm or whatever. Yeah, so he does some pretty good stuff. Like,
that guy has gone from like 0 to 100, right? Like if you go back on all of his Instagram posts, you can see he was start out really solid, like a good artist, but like then when you see like the work that he's done 2 years ago, it's like, wow, that's way better. Yeah. And then you see the work that he did on your chest, the entire torso, like that's insane. And now Gail, it's just wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's always been like a good artist, and everyone starts at like square zero, you know? Sure, I mean, right. So it's always like you just have got to see how quickly he's grown, you know, just because word of mouth has been like great for him, allegedly, just like people telling other people to get fucking tattoos. Like, where the fuck do you get that?
Right.
And I mean, in the tattoo scene, that's the best way because you're just like a walking canvas for
walking advertisement.
Like, oh, that's amazing work. Where'd you get it?
Yeah, definitely.
It goes to lengths where you used to have like Paul's cards in your wallet or something. If people would ask.
I used to do it all the time. Yeah.
I had them. I just emptied out my wallet though because it was like 2 inches thick.
It was giving you back problems and having you be sitting down for long periods of time.
Yeah, no, I mean...
Fucking up your spine.
I already have too much money, so it already hurts my back, so...
Well, bringing it back around to Midwest Meltdown, Nick, I want to hear your thoughts on the venue and so forth. I mean, 12 hours, man. Like, what was it, noon? It was 10 hours. It was noon till 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Man.
Which is, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, holy crap.
Yeah. So actually, I didn't find out it was that long until this week when Gail, or last weekend maybe, when Gail was like, it starts at noon.
Yeah, because you were like, let's leave at 2.
Yeah.
It's like,
leave at 2, 2-hour drive to Iowa City at Blue Moose. I don't know if we have stated that, but it was 2-hour drive from Des Moines to Iowa City. So yeah, if we left at 2, we wouldn't get there till 4. We would have missed nothing more, or nothing left. Excuse me, I keep saying that, but yeah.
Yeah. It was weird. It was kind of like a hardcore festival, I guess. Which happened. That's a thing, I guess. But I was just thinking they should have maybe taken a page out of like EDM festivals books a little bit. They should have probably done free water if you're going to have people there for 10 hours.
10 hours?
They should have had...
$2 for a cup of water. Like how...
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that even
from
legal?
The tap.
Nick paid for one.
Yeah. Is that legal?
I don't know.
I know that's illegal.
It probably is, but...
Especially when Nick had probably a $15, $20 bar tab throughout the day. He didn't drink tons, but...
Well, I mean, they saw the opportunity with the Straight Edge show, and they fucking seized that opportunity, man. They're like, oh yeah, they're going to be drinking all our water.
Right. Trey, really quick, piggybacking off of that frame of thought, I want you to share your thoughts on like the line at the bar, like.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, so the bars at Straight Edge shows are the best because they're just totally empty, and you just walk up and like the bartender's like, hell yeah, I'm happy to help you. Someone's buying shit. I might get a tip.
Dude, it was crazy. Like. Every single time, even if in between like the biggest sets at the end of the night, like I'm in between Dead to Fall and Misery Signals, the 2 headliners.
Yep.
It was still I could get up and just get a drink.
Yeah.
It didn't
you
matter.
could worm your way up there. People were just standing in front of the bar more than anything else, and you'd just instantly be serviced. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. 4 Straight Edge kids for every 1 alcoholic drinker.
It took them longer to run my credit card than for me to get a drink at any other point in the night. Like,
yeah, that's true.
So true. So yeah, Nick, you're saying free water. I mean, duh, right?
They usually do that at shows anyway. Even at smaller shows, I've seen them just with a pitcher of water or whatever, or like those Gatorade jugs,
Yeah.
And then also they could have like seized the opportunity to bring in a couple of like local food trucks or something to have in the area. I know there's a lot of food in the area anyway, but people don't want to like. Well, we did. We left during the middle of the show and got some dumplings.
Yeah, but we were like, that was like next door, So I mean, like that place that was like such a good place for them to open that place, because it's
100%.
like kind of like a snacky food, dumplings, and then like just like the influx of people will just pop over there and it's quick. So
it's just going up off of the dumpling thing. Like in San Francisco, friend of the show, fellow Lemonhead, Alex B. ordered like $75 worth of dumplings one night.
Oh yeah,
and we ate and like in the the buns, the little bun things.
Oh man,
we ate those like oh my god, they're amazing. We ate those like all like trip after he had ordered those. So like I was like super craving dumplings. So then we walk next door, we get dumplings. Oh man, that hit the spot.
Dude, I'm obsessed with dumplings, and I just.
There's no good spot in Des Moines, right?
No. Nothing that just exclusively sells dumplings. Like, I'll get this restaurant, Hong Kong. They have, like, good fried dumplings, but, like, their steamed dumplings. They used to make the best steamed dumplings in town, but then they, like, had this, like, huge revamp and overhaul and made all of their food kind of, like, more typical, like, Chinese restaurant.
Are you talking about Hong Kong and 42nd?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I definitely went there way long ago with some people. I think it was Lydia and, like, friends. And it was, then after, like, they redid, like, the entire place. Like, they changed the whole setting, right?
Yeah, they changed the menu. They changed, like, a lot of things.
Yeah, it was almost like a different owner.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that would make sense. Or just they were like, well, we're not doing as good as we want to do. Let's, like, do something, instead of just like sitting there until they close,
They just changed it again where they aren't having a p.m. Buffet.
Okay.
They just killed the dinner buffet, which is what Lydia and I and all of us were eating. Like,
really?
Yeah, we just got it on Valentine's Day. Or no, last week. Not Valentine's Day. Last week. And I had got there before 4 p.m. They closed, like, no more buffet after 4 p.m. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So,
I know you've got to talk about it a lot, too.
Yeah. I don't know why. We just keep going back there. I mean,
I'm obsessed
it's solid.
with that place, dude.
Okay,
I think it's, like, really fucking good. It's underrated, but, like, enough about that, dude.
I love how it's owned by a family.
Yeah, no,
my thing,
they would send all their money back to China, I guess. Like, it sounds bad the way I'm saying it, but, like, literally they had family back there and they were using that money to, like, help out the family back home. So
that's legit.
Like,
and they're super grateful. When I walked in at 3:40, even this last time, they were super grateful that just for me being there.
Yeah, like, they're nice. They're super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what else do you have to say? I know you have a couple of critiques on the 10-hour day. I mean...
No, that was it. Just, especially for a bunch of old dudes, like, that's a tough day standing for 10 hours. Like,
oh my
even
gosh,
for, like,
dude.
even a regular show, like, going from 5 to 10 or whatever, like, my feet hurt at the end.
It was kind of weird. They didn't have any of the tables in, like, the main bar area. They usually have a few tables, like, in there.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been harder to walk around, sure, but...
Yeah, the sold-out show, they gotta have, like,
they
can't have fire hazards.
I've seen plenty of sold-out shows there. At least one or two more, I should say. And they still have the tables. So I don't know.
I didn't want anything getting broken by all these fucking bald-headed fighter boys.
Gosh, yeah. There was so much merch, too. I was quite surprised. Every single band had merch except for the one after Karma. I don't know their name. No Victory, I think. They were solid, but like they didn't have any merch. They even said on stage, "We don't have any merch." So me, as far as like my favorite stuff of the day, I thought it was overall a great day in Iowa City, which I haven't been able to say for a long time because I went to school there, got depressed there, dropped out there. So Iowa City doesn't really, as far as like spending a day there, I didn't really like it in general. But I took a walk, had a good time, remembering like just being at the bus stop and stuff, and just being all depressed. I don't know why, but I wanted to put myself in that situation again, like kind of like understand, maybe feel out some, just go deep in my mind.
You
I guess
some closure. From that time in your life.
I definitely didn't get closure per se, but I definitely I consider music a time machine. So like I was listening to Vampire Weekend's Contra so much when I was out there, like. And so I just put that on my earbuds, started walking. It was pretty tight. But overall, Too Pure to Die was my favorite band. By far, right? Like, the energy, seeing Paul Nice go absolutely bonkers. But I keep referring to him. There was other older guys that were going bonkers.
Like, Aaron Ruder. And so, I'm not that he's super old or anything, but, like, old timer in the scene, you know? Just, like, all of these old dudes. Like, I saw, like, Danny Shea there from Citizen to Soldier.
Oh, nice.
I actually saw one of the guitarists from After the Burial there, too.
Wow.
I didn't really say hello, because I don't really talk to guys like that. I don't have a good jumping off point to like converse with musicians anymore, so I usually just leave them to their shit, but
that's a respectful thing to do.
And
like,
they probably are like tired of it too.
They're so bombarded, probably, in a way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just like really want to talk to people, and my assumptions are wrong, but I don't know.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's not good to have assumptions, but Joe Ellis's rough vocals, holy crap. That dude is a monster. He's got a Corey Taylor neck. You know, like Jesus. Loved it. The main vocalist, I thought he was, what's his name? You guys know Too Pure to Die's vocalist? Okay.
I don't.
So he's really, really good on the album, and he's super solid live, but I thought he was just throwing the mic to the crowd too much, but... And it wasn't because he was getting worn out. You could tell he was just fine, right? They only had one show, first one in 10 years. But he was giving it to the crowd a little much. I mean, as far as like a performance standpoint, that's just the energy and the vibes.
Those pileups are big in the hardcore scene, and it was just a pileup the whole time.
People trying to get to the mic. So that was tight. Nothing left, like you guys were saying. Exactly how Trey was saying, old Norma Jean, old Chariot, the Chariot. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I love. I listen to the Chariot still. So they were like my next favorite. Dead to Fall, old dude, but really tight still.
That dude looked like, have you guys seen, what was it, Devil's Rejects?
Exactly! Holy shit! He like Rob Zombie type Devil's Rejects. Yeah.
Otis or whatever.
He looked amazing! Dude, that's so tight. Yeah.
That's funny. That makes total sense.
So true. awesome Deadfall guys. I thought it was interesting. They're like how old? 45, 50? Maybe not that old, but like they're older.
He's graying out, dude.
Dude, his whole beard was like gray. I mean, yeah. So like, no, they're like getting old. But he himself for sure had one of the best stage presences.
Oh, yeah.
As a vocalist.
It was it's funny the different styles in that like abrasive music, like where we have Purgatory where he's like calling people out. He's like, you guys are all a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yep.
Punch someone in the fucking face.
Yeah,
and then they're like, the other bands are like, we're just here to have a good time and
take care, everybody.
Yeah, I know. I love to see that energy of that guy getting picked up there. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Two Period to Die's vocalist did that when that kid got knocked out.
Yeah, they stopped their set for like 5 minutes while they got that kid out.
I do not know why it took it doesn't take that long to remove a knocked out person.
Well, it's because the guy was obliterated. That was the same guy. So during the first 2 acts, so we missed the first act. Sorry, Knaves. Knaaves. Knaves. Knives.
Yeah, Knaves.
Okay, Knaves. They were probably tight. We missed them. Then our first act we saw was Karma from Chicago. Really tight. Like that said, I know you said like the first few acts like you weren't really digging too much, Trey, but overall I thought they were pretty tight. Real quick, jumping off point, their stage presence versus Dead to Fall, you can see why these Dead to Fall is 20-year veterans, like way better. Of course, I mean,
sure.
But during that first act, we just had gotten there. I had a half a Bloody Mary on the way there. You know, like I hadn't drank very much. It was only like one. You know.
Yeah.
I had just gotten there. And that kid that got knocked out, he had this blue Adidas jacket. He had a hoodie put over him. He walks by me on my left side and he just bumps into my shoulder, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's 1 p.m. and you're already like, and it's like an opener. Like, I'm like, you're going to get thrown apart, like ripped apart if you're going to like disrespect people like that. Yeah. So fast forward to Two Pure to Die, Fool gets knocked out after he once again walks through the crowd like kind of like a turd halfway through during the set. Like, so like going off that, like there were a lot of turds there, of course, right? But
well, I thought it was funny because the crowd was like split and like fit in half because it was like militant straight edge people or just militant hardcore people, and then it was like people that like aren't even wearing like hardcore merchandise and they're just there to see like these old bands 20 years ago that they no longer like represent like the scene at all, you know. It's like they're like metalheads or whatever. They're there to see Dead to Fall, and it's like it's just funny.
It was a lot of fun seeing, so I don't want to just say there were only turds there. There's a lot of awesome people. It was really nice to see Justin Rung, who we're going to have on the podcast a week from today, next week. He has a lot to chat about with the Des Moines Skate Park fundraiser. It's going to happen again this year, which is kind of tight, but and who else? It was nice seeing Jordan Peterson, guitarist for Two Pure to Die. He still has those high kicks. Apparently that was his thing. Was that his thing? Like,
for sure it was.
I never had seen Two Pure to Die until last night. I was so I was really impressed.
I guess that makes sense.
Misery Signals was tight, and so was Nehemiah. I don't have much to say about them besides Misery Signals, of course, like the headliner, right? We were the only us three were the only ones that saw them, but yeah, they were really tight. I'd seen them at Valor, I believe, at some point in time.
I was stoked they played a couple songs I really liked. So
and you were saying that you thought the
I was
finals...
drunk, dude. I was convinced that one of my favorite songs that I'm not sure if it actually is a hit or not was going to be the last song played.
You could do some research though. Like what I usually do is I just go to iTunes and like whatever like top 10 songs. Like,
you can see.
Like,
I bet it's in those top 10
or like
songs.
setlist.fm. People update that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Midwest Meltdown 2.0 2019, I guarantee it's going to happen.
Think so?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the top 4 bands probably took all the money and then the rest just got gas money, essentially. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't know how it all works out always, but I'm sure, like, the Dead to Fall guy even stated that he lives in Florida now. Like, there's no way he didn't get his plane ticket paid for with the tickets.
That's so interesting. Yeah, it was sold out, man, and the tickets were, what were they, like 35 or
35.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean... How many people does that place fit?
So that place fits around 700. I'm guessing it's Woolies and then some, maybe 7 to 8.
I mean, that's not a ridiculous take home, you know.
Well, if you consider all the band members minus all of them plus maybe a couple significant other plus ones here and there for the guest list.
Yeah.
Like there are probably
a lot of people that got them free.
Let's just say 500 people times 35. That's $17,000, right? $17,500. So I mean, that's a lot of money, but then you have to give a lot to take the first fleet.
Yeah. 10 bands, you know,
Venue
and like even if
bands,
it's gas money for the 6 other bands, that's still what, $600. I guess they might have taken home something. They might have taken home a pretty penny out of that.
I mean, all I'm saying is it was successful. Obviously.
Yeah, no, it was successful.
And also, one more thing I want to call out. I think it was Misery Signals, and I was so happy we stayed and got to see somebody do this, where they were like, who is from, because it's Midwest Meltdown, right? Who is from Iowa? And like, I looked around and like, that was the first question he asked, and not many people raised their hand.
It was like a quarter of the crowd, maybe.
Maybe less, like a fifth. I was like, oh shit. And then he goes, who's from Nebraska? And a whole bunch of people raised it. Yeah. Who's from Kansas? A lot of people. Wisconsin, a lot of people. Minnesota, a lot. And then he like made sure to like call out the dude that had flown from Spain to see
Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael. Yeah. I was just looking at the Ninja Turtles. That's what reminded me. Yeah. No, so tight.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that's what I'm saying is like that much love for seeing all these older acts that haven't played very much. What I will say too is the booking was really smart because every single one of these acts has new music coming out. Every single one. Dead to Fall even said, we're going back in the studio. We don't know when it's going to be done, but we're going back in.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, overall, Midwest Meltdown, we've been chatting about it. I didn't know it would be like the crux of the show, but it was fun. I mean, all 3 of us Lemonheads were there, so it was a good time. Let's dip into this new study that shows alcohol and coffee will help you live past 90.
Oh, yeah. Is that the study?
That's the study. California, Irvine, University of California, Irvine. Keyword here, guys, moderate amount of alcohol. But they did a 90-plus study, started in 2003, 1,700 nonagenarians, which is like a 90-year-old, I guess. Okay. That makes sense, right? It was done to determine the keys of living to the 90th birthday and beyond. And another funnier thing about this study was that the more, like, if you were overweight, you ended up living longer than an underweight 90-year-old.
Right. Which is strange.
Yeah, so we gotta get some fat in us too when we're in our 90s apparently. But anyway, moderate beer and wine, pretty impactful. Coffee, 2 cups of coffee a day, really impactful also.
Yeah. What about a pot of coffee a day?
And
2 energy drinks.
After energy drinks? Are you an energy drink drinker too?
Dude, I have to because like I don't have time to like or money to spend like $5 on like a coffee when I'm at work. Yeah. So I have to like run next door because they just opened this gas station next door and I buy like $4 in energy drinks. That's like the comparison in caffeine there, no comparison. Yeah, exactly. You know,
really?
I did 2 energy drinks, dude. That will freaking get you lit.
Is like,
yeah, but
because like a normal size cup of coffee is like 80 grams of caffeine, maybe.
I think that's don't know.
Just a cup.
No, you're right. It's 80 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah.
So energy drinks are like could be up to
240.
240, 260.
4 cups, 3 to 4,
Like, it's crazy.
And then, not to mention, like, the 40 grams of sugar that
oh my god. So, Gail was drinking that really good, like, Monster juice yesterday, and I took a sip of it, just a sip, and my teeth all started to rot instantly. And I looked at the side of the can, and it said 24 grams per serving. There's 2.5 servings or something.
Okay, I was going to say, that's really low.
60 grams total. Like,
I always do the calorie-free and sugar-free ones. And I'll have like an energy drink like once or twice a week.
Calories are good for you. That's a new thing that we gotta get in our heads. Okay,
but sugar's
awful.
Shit is not, and
carbs awful.
You can't get the calories without the sugar usually, so that's why I just go for the calorie-free ones.
Yeah.
In that scenario.
So you guys ever drink? You drink? So what's your go-to? Because there's like 3 out there, right? There's Rockstar, Monster, and
Red Bull?
So
Red Bull, yeah.
My number 1 is actually like a brand called Zions.
Oh, yeah.
That's the UFC brand.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, UFC.
Yeah, that's like a sugar-free one. But then I would go to like probably like yellow Red Bulls, those like
punch,
those are in the top 3, and then the ones we had yesterday, like the mango monsters. Yeah. So I kind of spread it out spread the love amongst the companies. No one's got my corner of the market.
Yeah, same here. I actually do Rockstar a lot too. Rockstar's another one of the big ones. I do Rockstar a lot because they have the sugar-free ones and those are good. Mm-hmm. And then Monster used to have this one with protein in it.
Oh, wow.
It was weird.
Oh,
it was like a protein shake.
Yeah. It was like a coffee type one.
It was like a thicker, I don't know.
I like those a lot.
The protein one?
Oh yeah, I did like.
There's like a weird thing about those though, where people were like finding like, and maybe this is why they don't sell them anymore.
It has to do with the Starbucks too. The Starbucks protein.
Yeah, they're like finding like chunks of like rabbits. Mice in them.
Yeah. Dude, there's like a bunch of crap going on like that. You can just Google that, listeners playing at home, and you'll see like a bunch of stories of like woman finds like molted mouse body, like goo hair, like in her.
To kind of go off the mouse topic, like there was this thing where Coca-Cola was being sued for like a mouse being in a can of Coke, but then like Coke's lawyers came back with this like brilliant thing being like, that mouse would have been long dissolved if you would have no fucking clue, dude.
Wow. Yeah, that's true though. I mean, if you can use that shit to like clean your car battery,
yeah,
then
it's so corrosive that it destroys the rats in their product. It's great.
Dude, the older I get, the more and more, of course, right? Because we get more and more aware of our mortality. Like, I'm just like, ugh, sugar.
More and more health conscious.
Yeah. Even though yesterday I ate like 4 pancakes with a whole bunch of maple syrup, a bunch of donuts. I had little donuts before we even left for the show at home with milk. So yeah, I love sugar. I mean, obviously, but
I don't know if I could live without carbs. Like I just don't want to live without carbs. I don't.
Man, it's not as hard as it sounds.
Well, okay, let's look at my favorite foods here, though, bro. Like noodles.
Put you to sleep.
Pizza.
Put you to sleep. Crap.
I don't care. I mean, I'd rather be asleep than sad.
Jimmy John's sandwich, one of my favorite things in the world. Yeah. I love the bread. I love bread. Bread's like garlic bread, cheesy. Oh my god. Lydia's eating pizza right now at home while I'm listening to this or recording.
I'm doing this garbage.
Yeah, I could be eating pizza. I could be eating crappy Jack's pizza. No, I love Jack's though. Extra cheese, extra pepperoni.
Dude, we need to get like sponsorship deals because we have plugged so many different things today. We've like plugged bands.
I've got a really good idea for a show. It's called EZPZ Gorge, and we just go get $20 worth of fast food. We record ourselves eating it like monsters. Talk about how crappy this is for $3.99 versus this dollar menu, this, that, the other.
What we should do is go to them and be like, yo, we do this podcast, and if you give us X amount of free food, we'll record this podcast. It gets to X amount of people, and like, you know what I mean? And you can just, this restaurant has done it, this restaurant has done it. You could do it too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I would say we could start out with Jimmy John's just so that we can be like, oh, Jimmy John's already did this for us, so then we could be like, but
that's smart.
But like that'd be like the worst one is eating like multiple sandwiches.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
It's like, how many sandwiches can one person eat?
Yeah. Well, I can eat 2 gargantuans. I've done it.
Jesus.
Yes. I've legit done it.
That is
2 hours in between, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I think 2 hours is normal.
Yeah, in high school I ate 2 of the number 9s, and that's just missing like probably like 120 grams of meat.
Oh, really?
Each one. So like, I mean, that's
is that the Hunters Club?
No. The number 9 is the Italian one.
Okay,
I had 2 of those back to back in high school, but
I like
that's like 10 years ago.
Beach
is mine, and then actually one time in high school, or like right after graduation, I decided I was going to be vegetarian, and I just lived off of the veggie.
Yeah, totally.
Oh.
Me too. I would do the veggie with like peppers and sprouts.
That's like
and, like
all I would ever eat.
Shit.
It's like, I don't know what else.
We're on a weird tangent, listeners playing at home. We're down the lemon hole, but just going off of that, I kind of want to get into hunting just so I don't have to buy any more meat and just get my own meat. Like,
that was such a weird.
Yeah, that was
1,000 pounds. Well, you're saying vegetarian, like, well, I want to be more conscientious about like the meat I intake.
Okay, so you're basically saying you want to get into subsistence farming.
Yeah, I want some chickens.
Yeah, no, dude, I actually know a guy that got some chickens, and he was loving it until he had to kill the chicken. And he's like, man, I don't really want.
Oh no, I don't want to kill the chickens. I want their eggs. Eggs are the most versatile food in the entire world.
It really is.
Yeah.
And cholesterol is freaking good for you. Everyone out at home that doesn't understand the studies that are coming out of the science fans and the scientists, like
the science man said.
So I will say, Bloody Mary is one of my favorite things in the entire world. So as long as drinking a Bloody Mary a few days a week right before I go to work, that'd be tough. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I don't obviously do that, but I love
loose.
Drinking that Bloody Mary on the car ride to the show yesterday was awesome. I like to have a Bloody Mary like on the weekends. I love it.
Yeah, no, they're really good. Like brunch. I'm a big brunch guy, but
Yeah.
I can't leave my house ever. I'm like agoraphobic at this point.
Plus, Bloody Marys are veggies, right? Like,
yeah, there you go.
They're healthy.
You're getting
for
a
you.
serving of veggies with that tomato juice.
Yeah.
To bring it back home with that beer and coffee thing, giving you a longer life. It also said make sure, like bold print, exercise. Make sure you still exercise, and make sure you still have a hobby.
Yeah.
You know. Because you'll probably just be depressed if you don't have a hobby or something that
Well, think about it,
doing,
like,
and then
if you're
exercise is just amazing for you.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting.
For your heart, all that shit.
The hobby thing, going off that, sorry for interrupting you a little bit there.
No, you're good.
But totally right. Like, I feel like Lydia's grandpa, he's like 95 or something. This August, he turns like 95. He's so like mentally there still. Yeah. Like he's not like, you know, we hear about all these reports all the time. 60, 70-year-olds, 50-years even getting, what's it called? Dementia and Alzheimer's, yeah.
So you think it's because people are bored?
Well, it's because they've lost like their mental, they're not using their freaking mind every day. Like,
True.
you have to use your brain. Like, or else it will deteriorate. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it.
Like muscle apathy or whatever
it's
called.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it.
Atrophy.
Atrophy.
Yeah, apathy was apathy. Like feeling bad for your muscles. I do that every day. I'm like, sorry, you poor legs.
No, isn't apathy? Apathetic is like you just don't care.
Oh yeah, don't care.
You're sympathetic.
God, man, words, dude.
I mean, hey, we got more coffee here.
Dude, I'm trying to crawl out of the quagmire, like I said.
Well, dude, drinking for 10 hours, that's another thing. So, I love this podcast because we just love to go down these lemon holes. I can say all these things I wanted to say. Not drinking for 40 days, I realize now, like, holy crap, alcohol is a depressant.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Last weekend for Clem's birthday, fellow Lemonhead, we were out really late. I drank a lot. I drank a ton of alcohol. It's one of my really good friend's birthdays, you know? Had a party bus. So Sunday was tough. Okay, Sunday's tough. Monday was insanely tough. Like, it's 48 hours after my body's fully withdrawn from, like, not having alcohol. And Tuesday was almost as tough. And then finally Wednesday evening, I started feeling normal again. Like, my brain was working. And this is, like, from, like, maybe a total throughout 3 p.m. because we started having a drink, Bloody Mary, before the podcast last Saturday. Last Saturday. I'm thinking like 3 to 3, maybe a little bit later, like just 12, a little bit over 12 hours of drinking.
Yeah.
Like, that's so depressed.
I think the hack, I like learned this like outside of drinking, like really recently, is like hydration is the depressant. Dude, I don't think alcohol will make you do crazy depressed shit on the spot, but I think dehydration really fucks you up. Like, so, like I was saying, I was drinking this pot of coffee, 2 energy drinks, and like there would probably be like 1 glass of water amongst that whole thing. And I was just in this like really like soggy, like lazy mentality for like probably a week or 2 weeks because I was like way into hydrating right before that, but then like
when did this all occur?
So like just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
And basically like I don't even know what I'm trying to say at this point, but like hydration really elevates your mood. Like
you're saying like that you can just tell your mind is not fully like rotate. The wheel's not going.
So like I was like I was just feeling really tired. So I was like, okay, I need to get more energy drinks, need more caffeine. Like, oh my God, I'm so sluggish. If I have some more caffeine, it'll pick me up. Right. And it wasn't doing anything. But then like after like a week, I like was drinking water and I'm like, I have another energy drink. I'm like, oh wow, these actually work when you're hydrated.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. And that like alcohol and caffeine and all that stuff is actually a dehydrates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like a reoccurring cycle, and
exactly.
There's probably a huge amount of the U.S. that don't get enough water a day.
Dude, there's like 3 top things. There's dehydration. People aren't drinking enough water. There's people aren't getting enough sunlight, vitamin D, and then it's like vitamin B something, B12 or whatever.
B12 is in the sun?
B vitamins.
No.
That's in Monsters.
No, exactly. B vitamins.
The power of the sun.
B vitamins are in like meat and shit.
Yeah, there's B vitamins and all that stuff.
I should probably get some more sun. That's for sure. I'm in the basement like so much. It's fucking psycho.
This summer, whenever there's like an opportunity to be outdoors or not, I'm going to try doing more outdoor stuff.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah. So, that study, thank you, scientist man out in California, for giving me the A-OK to drink a bunch of coffee and alcohol
Yeah, no, that's definitely helping with my bias right there. So.
Yeah. All right, let's dip into we're in this post-Parkland world. You know, Parkland, Florida, the shooting, 17 dead students. I'm not going to say passed away. They were murdered, right? Cold blood murdered. I hate when these reports are saying 17 people passed. No, these are students that died because they were murdered. Okay,
they saw the gun and they passed away.
Yeah,
like, oh.
We can see The Rock blow up like 900 cars in one movie, but we can't say what really happened in real life with these 17 dead kids. Okay.
Actually, sorry, this just reminded me real quick.
Sure.
Did you guys ever listen to POD?
No.
Youth of the Nation.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah,
everyone knows that
Is
song.
that a school shooting, dude?
Yeah. Pumped up kicks about those.
Is that post Columbine then? Has to be, right?
It must have been. I don't know.
Yeah, Columbine is what started it all, and then we had the one with the kids, the 30+ kids.
I know
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook.
Oh,
yeah.
It's weird that I remember that. I try not to keep up with current events.
Like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to. But then this one though, 17. But these are high school students. Now they're starting to do something. We're seeing the repercussions, though, to the entertainment industry. What we will be seeing, I think, especially with the remarks by 45, who says who is blaming like video games and movies. He's saying he was quoted in this like 30-second clip. Of course, like we're gonna like talk about him talking for 30 seconds because he just says the most obscene, dumb stuff. He says there should be a rating system for violence in entertainment.
Whatever.
Like video games and movies, which we already have.
There is, yeah.
There's the ESRB for gaming.
Yeah.
Which is not like a government regulated agency, but they've been in the games since the 90s with Mortal Kombat and Grand Theft Auto, you know. Entertainment Software Rating Board. And then we've got the MPAA, which is Motion Picture Association of America. They're bringing the ratings for the movies. I mean, like...
It's already there.
What is he talking about? We got it. And
it's politics, bro. He's just talking out his ass. Like, it's anything so that we don't look at his dumb haircut. Like, I mean, seriously. Like, it's not even a topic of discussion, in my opinion, when there's so much, like, police brutality.
Right.
No, exactly.
How is this a discussion? I don't know.
Right.
And this is just such a huge thing that he's getting all the heat, and he just needs to like point the blame somewhere else.
Redirect.
Yeah, video games. Yeah, divert, distract.
Yeah.
Pull a Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's deny, divert, distract.
So what does that have to do with Tom Brady though?
It was like a South Park episode where he was like, Tom Brady is Cartman's hero, and he's like, because Tom Brady's the world's best liar, and this is all after like Deflategate and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, everybody's doing it. Why you gotta come down on me?
God, dude, South Park always just hits it.
Yeah. With the political shit, they I have like, it's so funny. If Trey Parker ran for president, I would vote for him, and I'm totally anti-celebrity, like, politician.
What about Matt Stone?
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't?
No.
Which one is Trey Parker, the tall or short one?
The non-redhead one, the non-curly-haired one, the greasy long.
Greasy long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
I mean, Trey's a powerful name, and it inspires you into great, like, you know that study back in the day that, like, people named John were great business guys or whatever?
Yeah.
Treys are just golden gods.
Should be worshipped.
Yeah.
So, just Trump bringing the violence in video games being a factor, violence in movies being a factor in these children and in these kids and these people just turning into shooters and whatnot. I mean... I hope that these repercussions aren't going to, like, extend to, like, video games and movies and stuff. Because I feel like we do have a great rating system.
Yeah, it's already there.
It's already there. We were doing... I mean, why is he... This is, like, 2018, not 1998. Like,
yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, it just kind of seemed like he maybe just didn't even do a whole lot of research and then was just, like, put on the spot and was like,
He's never done research.
No, exactly. But I'm just saying, like,
people say he can't even
didn't
read.
know how to reply. He didn't know how to make an intelligent response about the situation. He was like,
I think that it was an intelligent response, and I think it was an intentionally kind of, like, out there thing to take off the conversation of mental health and, like, how we are taking money away from mental health, and these problems are happening more and more, and like what is it, like once a year, like 3 times a year, like 5 times a year we have a school shooting.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how about we put more money back into mental health and see if those numbers decrease?
Right.
But that's not what he's in the business of doing. He's in the business of cutting costs, not in the business of preventing tragedies.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I brought up last time when we spoke about it on 65 is, it's got to be I mean, no one in your right mind, and everybody, we were talking about it too, like, when it's a white man, it's a mental health issue. When it's a black man, it was just a crime. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't see it any differently. Like, yeah, if you are in the mental state that you think shooting up a school is, like, a good idea, you have fucking mental health problems.
Yeah.
Like,
No, totally. Yeah. I mean, if it's like a gang shooting, they have mental health problems, I think it's
like,
all...
Your brain is rewired in a weird way where you think it's okay to...
Your environment contributes to it in a way, but I don't think that your environment contributes to it. As, like, the video game thing is so much different than growing up in the south side of Chicago, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, seeing guns, like, in real every day.
Yeah.
Seeing that puts you in, like, such a different mind state than, like, seeing a gun that you're just, like, kind of goofily competing with somebody and, like, it's like a pointing contest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that violent. It's like putting a circle on a guy's head, Right. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't see the argument because violence in real life is so much different than violence in video games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an even close to accurate depiction of violence.
Totally.
And I don't see how it would encourage that.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time that video games have had bad publicity. Like, I feel like anytime there's, like, a shooting or something bad like this happens, then it always goes right to video games.
Yeah, GTA or some shit.
Yeah, so
exactly.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You guys growing up, 90s, did you guys... I
That's
prove
why
it every time we go to a barcade, but I was a beast in Mortal Kombat in my circle of friends, and I played a lot growing up. I had a Sega Genesis, which had the Mortal Kombat with the blood.
Yeah.
So that was always in the conversation. Did you guys have that issue growing up, Mortal Kombat, or any violence of GTA? Did your parents let you get them? Did you play them?
Well, I was just going to say, well, yes, of course. My parents didn't even watch or care. They probably should have, but... I turned out all right. But I was going to say, that's why the rating system was created in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Because of, like, all, like, people, like, parents were worried
Mortal
about...
Kombat spearheaded it, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got Mortal Kombat probably, like, a little later than a couple of my friends, but it wasn't ever an issue. I mean, like...
It wasn't because they had to wait till you were 7 instead of...
Yeah. Oh. No, because you see that shit on TV, and if you don't see it at your house, you see it at your friend's house.
Right.
I mean, it's... I don't see a problem with it. I mean, especially, like, video games back in the day, like, when they were really, like, campaigning this, like, the blood was, like... Not even blood looking.
It was just like red.
Drifted into the air,
Red
like floated
pixels,
away. Like,
Or certain games, you could, like, change the color of it to, like, purple or something.
yeah. No, I remember that. That was an option for, like, parents so that...
Black. It was black, I think.
was it?
I thought it was purple or green.
Okay, it might have been.
But I think there was a yellow one too. But like you could switch the blood. I don't know.
Right. Like they
Parents
just
are
thought that was
fucking
better.
idiots.
Or you could just take out the blood altogether.
There's so
Like,
many
so there
dumb
would be no
parents
blood.
out there, that's for sure. But there's a lot of smart.
I think that like in order to have children, you have to be at least like partially stupid in the first place.
Damn, dog. I know a lot of smart parents out there. They're doing a good job.
Yeah. No, I'm just kind of making a joke. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, you are locking yourself for 18 years of like the most stressful, worst thing you could possibly imagine. I mean, like you're just worried, like you have to let your kid out the front door, and the whole time you're just sitting there, like, oh, this is gonna fucking.
The anxiety must be unbearable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You gotta keep something
sounds...
alive for 18 years. And
Yeah.
Make sure they can make good moral decisions. Make sure they're not.
Clearly, we're not in a state of mind to have kids anytime soon. But bringing it back to movies, so we talked about video games. Mortal Kombat for me, sounds like all three of you is the first violent video game you probably played. I played GTA 3. That's my
one.
next one, maybe.
Yeah. I played a lot of Manhunt.
Manhunt. Oh, totally. Yeah.
I didn't play that one, but it's
Early
I still
2000s. So you were still a teenager, right?
Yeah, like on PS1.
PS2.
Yeah, PS2.
Yeah.
Right.
So Manhunt is, I think, developed by Rockstar.
Yeah, I think it was a Rockstar.
So yeah, I mean, Rockstar doing the
border,
violence,
baby.
Yeah, they're pushing that.
Do you remember when they had like the secret thing? I think it was on San Andreas, like the sex simulator.
Oh yeah, it's called hot coffee. Yeah, every time to this day when I say hot coffee, I think about that like little hidden gem in the game. Yeah,
I never got to do it.
So there's, I don't want to butcher the story, and maybe Trey, do you have a better way of?
It's basically you got to control this man having sex, like
Really?
like every motion,
Wow.
like allegedly. I never got to it because I got the game late, but
Weird.
yeah.
It was like built in like the first run of discs for the
Yeah.
PS2 because it originally came out on the PS2, and I think they had removed it by the time GTA San Andreas came to Xbox.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it was just basically like an Easter egg in the game where
Right.
you could do this or that or the other to get to a point where you could just straight up be having sex. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot coffee to this
Dude.
day. When I say hot coffee, I think
So
about
many prepubescent kids were like, "Oh yeah."
San Andreas was the first GTA I beat straight up, the story mode and everything. Have you guys beaten a GTA?
No.
No.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, I get
dude.
2 hours in the story and I'm just running, gunning, like,
Right.
Yeah. No, I'd go to my buddy's house. I never actually. No, my brother owned a GTA game. I just never fucked with it, but because I just like to spend like 20 minutes like killing everyone that I've ever saw,
Yeah.
so that I didn't have to kill everyone I saw in real life. I
Just
mean,
see
like
how far you can get the cop meter up. You know. The
I would
smart-
just like to drive around and like listen to the music, especially Vice City, dude. Vice City and 3 had amazing music. So real quick, just the violence in video games thing. My dad bought for me, and then I got $5 a week, right, for vacuuming the whole house. Which we had a big house at this point in time in my life, so this was like big chore for $5. Nowadays, my dad would probably a dad would give their son probably 20 to do the same job. It was just honestly, it was a huge house. So,
Inflation.
Yeah, inflation, yeah, and all that.
Inflation.
And, yeah. So,
American dollars down.
$5 a week is a lot of like nothing when it comes like video games are $30 to $60 to $70, $80 for Nintendo 64 games. Yeah. So anyway, my dad bought me in advance GTA 3 used at Blockbuster, $30, right? So I'm like, okay, 6 weeks of work. This game is apparently like 100 plus hours. You know, I didn't think in terms of that, but like I'm just saying now, like I'm thinking, okay, 6 weeks of work, not too bad. I start playing, I get my fill in, right? Like I kill a bunch of hoes, I have sex with the hoes, kill them, get the money back. Like, you know, you do the thing. You drive around. I'm not that great. It's like 2002 or 3. I'm not great at video games. I'm playing on my newer PS2. And I'm just like, screw this. I've been reading Game Informer. I had always had gaming magazine subscriptions. Been reading, so I was understood like the violence in video games conversation. Like it's out in the media, especially with GTA 3 had just come out in 2002-ish, I believe. So I used that actually as leverage to say, hey, Dad, like a week later, can you please take this back? I don't want to work for 6 weeks for this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I used that as leverage at like 12 years old to be like, hey, take this back, Dad, and just tell him like your son's only like 12 years old.
Oh
like
my God.
he can't
You're
play
like, this is too violent.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna have to return it.
So he did. I got my fill in. I like rented it for free essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Scumbag Sean.
Dang, working
Yeah.
the system, working
So
your dad.
eventually I ended up getting GTA 3 back, buying it at some point or I got the triple disc on Xbox and I beat San Andreas. Oh, loved it. Listened to Death Cab for Cuties plans the entire time.
yeah.
Because you know Xbox, you could download a CD to your Xbox, play it during a game. Like that was
I love
revolutionary.
that.
Oh
I
man,
loved
I
it.
loved that feature of it. Yeah, that was awesome.
So real quick, so we got the conversation on the gaming. I just want to touch base on the movies. Do you guys remember the first violent horror, probably slasher or whatever movie that you remember like watching as a youngster? So like I'll start off with mine. I was either 3 or 4. So like even remembering something way back then like is pretty rare, right?
Right.
3 years old. I think I was 3 though. It was summer. It was right before I turned 4. Silence of the Lambs had just come out in 1994. And I remember watching, like, getting it on VHS, renting it, watching it with my parents.
Wow.
Straight up. My dad, at least, I don't know if my mom was in the living room. I remember, like, in the exact, like, couch that I was sitting on, I remember, like, watching him go... or whatever, like, whatever.
Liver with some fava beans.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Some flavor on that one.
Yeah, I remember that as being like the first violent movie I ever watched. And I had consumed the next 5 years, like before I even turned 10, I had consumed so much more. Like I saw all the Jasons, the Chucky
Yeah.
was huge. All these slashers, Scream. Even like the ones that were like they were like more comedy, like Scary Movie. I remember that being like one of my favorite films as a kid.
Yeah.
So you guys remember like that first violent movie you watched?
So I think the literal first one I saw was The Sixth Sense.
Oh,
maybe?
totally. I totally remember that.
But I guess that's not like really super violent. But I do remember the people hanging. Oh yeah, hanging in. Oh, there's a lid. The people hanging in the gym or whatever, the locker room or whatever.
Oh,
that freaked me the fuck out.
In The Sixth Sense?
Yeah, in The Sixth But
Sorry,
then,
guys,
like,
we're just getting our second cup of
Yeah,
coffee
we're
here.
pouring this coffee here because we have to live till we're 90.
Just pour it through the lid. I don't give a shit anymore. But fucking. Then I remember in 6th grade we did like a sleepover when I was just like turning into a hardcore goth. And like they were all like super into horror movies and like their families had like one of my buddies, Phil, he had his parents had raised him on like Jason and shit like that and Freddy Krueger.
So good.
And so like I go to the sleepover and they're like, we're watching Children of the Corn tonight.
Oh, dude, I remember Children of the Corn.
Yeah.
Dude, nice call out.
Malachi's a bitch.
Yeah, Malachi is a bitch. I agree. That kid scared the dick straight off my body. But like I remember literally going to bed early and like listening to like Blink-182 on the side because I couldn't handle all the goth shit happening. Like I was just like, I can't watch Children of the Corn.
Seriously?
And then a second time, the next scary movie that I like forced myself into watching was House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah. Oh man.
And I was like sitting there watching it, and they just made Shark Boy or Fish Boy or whatever out of Dwight Schrute.
Yeah, Dwight.
Oh, yeah.
From The Office.
Yeah. So and then immediately same thing. I'm like, can I borrow a CD player and some headphones? And they gave me Punkorama 6 or 8 or something.
There you go.
And I just blasted that until I fell asleep.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
But now I'm obsessed with scary movies.
Oh.
Yeah, so really quick, jumping off that before we hear your first violent movie, Nick.
Yep.
San Francisco, we watched literally collectively, all 11 of us that were in that room, 11 or 12, we all collectively agreed that we had watched the most screwed up film ever. And it's called Martyrs, and it was recommended to us by Trey. So on New Year's Day, real quick, I want to talk about this tradition. We watch a film or films or My Strange Addiction or whatever. We just we grub out, we eat a bunch of food because we are all hungover from New Year's Eve, and we just all together watch movies. And Trey, we all wanted to watch a horror movie, all of us, and Trey recommends Martyrs.
He's like, oh, I got one for you.
Yeah, well,
holy moly.
I think that we weren't looking for the scariest movie. I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a scary movie. It's kind of a brain fucker. Because like I remember everyone like watching it, and everyone's like, what the fuck is this, dude? They're like looking at me like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Trey the whole time is like sitting there like, oh yes, wait until the finale.
I remember there's this part where a lady's face got smashed in with a hammer, and then like Lydia's like, Trey, if you like this, get help. Get help.
Straight up, get help. Yeah, dude. It was so. Have you seen Martyrs, Nick?
No, I want to. I love gory shit. So
you would love it,
dude.
I want to watch it. So hold on, give me like a elevator pitch of what this movie's about.
I honestly had to leave the room a couple times.
You can't really give a pitch because it's such like a wormhole of violence that I guess beginning of the movie, little girl totally abused, running away from some sort of shack. And then it just basically is... It's not even her story because it just changes perspective.
Okay.
But it's like fucking crazy. It's like a revenge film meets like a... I don't know. Like existential fucking... I don't know.
No, you're totally right. Sorry for interrupting. I want to state real quick before we go any deeper into this film that it's a French film, right?
Yeah.
With English subtitles.
Yeah. I guess the guy that saw it was inspired by Hostel to make it, and like he just decided to make the most violent.
So it's like fairly new. When did it come out?
Yeah,
10 years
2008.
old. Yeah, it's about 10 years old.
I would say cool. But it's great. It's the best violent movie I've ever seen.
Where is it? Did you find it on a streaming service?
I believe we got it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we ended up renting it for like $4 or something, or $2 or something.
It's intense. I don't know if I'd want to watch it again. I was gonna say like, hey, I might, let's do a watch along or whatever.
Sure.
No, I don't know if I watch it.
I was cringing and crying by the end of it.
I mean, it was. I was in a really fragile mental state. Yeah. Well, New Year's Day. day. Like, I'm hungover as heck. Like, we were out going crazy.
So that's hilarious,
T-Pain was thrown down.
because you know how everybody has a story about a movie that fucked yourself up as a kid. I think Trey just redid that.
Yeah, he opened all these wounds. Like, so good. No, it was a great suggestion though, because then we ended up like watching like something like My Strange Addiction or whatever.
No,
afterwards.
it was like Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
and wasted Brandon Paulson.
Oh god, the commentary.
He just like the first. He came in during Martyrs, and he's just like standing in the doorway, like all the lights are off. He's like, I feel like I'm interrupting something.
Yeah, you are.
And then he sat down with us to watch Bridesmaids, and he was so fucking funny, dude. He's like, I bet that guy gives a mean deep throat.
Yeah, dude. He's just
That's hilarious.
yeah. He was on one.
But
Okay.
what was yours?
Yes. So
Yes. What was your film? Nick?
I have two that I remember vividly. So
Okay.
I would always go over to my.
We should preface real quick. You are like horror film connoisseur.
Love it.
Love
That's
horror films.
My go-to genre. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like what really probably kicked it off is my mom was a big horror movie fan too. Like she really loved it. So I was kind of just grew up watching those movies. But
Yeah, so they don't scare you as bad.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the thing too. I never really ever felt like I don't remember having a time where I was like that like scared me. You know, I was always just like interested and I always liked them. I think I just realized they were films. I don't know.
Have you ever jumped?
Oh yeah. all the time.
Okay. So
And I
you're not
want to.
saying like you
So-
haven't been scared in that sense. You're just saying like afterward you didn't have to listen to Blink 182 or whatever.
So even
to soothe yourself.
Even today when I'm watching a scary movie, I want to let myself be relaxed and I want to be scared. I want to have that feeling again, you know. But I don't know, it doesn't happen very often.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. So my first one was I would always go over to my grandma's house on my dad's side, and they had this. You remember those VHS chests that would open up, and there's VHSs in the doors.
Yeah, there's on the doors and then in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was they locked.
I need one right now.
yeah. It's like I
to
need to go to
protect your
Goodwill.
valuable VHSs.
You get one full of VHS at Goodwill, I'm sure, for they'll pay you
Dude.
$5 to take.
Yeah,
it.
know,
get
right?
that the fuck out of
And
here.
they're that old weird wood panel,
I
anyway,
love that.
Yeah.
Good
so
nostalgia.
so my grandma had one of those, and they every time I would go over there, she would let me take a movie home to watch or whatever. So I would have a rental system with my grandma, but she just had all these kids movies and stuff for the kids. But then she had this one movie that was randomly, and they had westerns and stuff for my grandpa. But she had this one movie called People Under the Stairs.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen it.
People Under the Stairs is great. It's a 90s movie, I think.
Sounds
But
spooky.
it's fucked up. So there's this little kid and this older guy, and they're plotting to break into this rich person's house to steal all their stuff. And this little kid's oh, I need help, I'm lost, and he gets into the house. And then the owner of that house just vanishes. And so he's locked in the house now, and he's trying to get out. And he eventually finds that this person was super fucked up and keeping all these people under her stairs.
Whoa!
It's a fucked up. It really was a really fucked up movie. It's a good movie though.
I'll have to watch that one.
It's great. It's one of my favorites. It's a classic. And then the second one was It.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I remember I don't even know how it was. I went over to one of my parents' friends' houses, and they were doing whatever, and I just remember this room. They had a VHS or a movie room set up. The big tube TVs that weigh 1,000 pounds. They had the biggest TV you could get at the time, and this little couch set up. And they had just VHSs on the walls. It was just a little movie room. I don't know. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But I found it, and I was I've heard so much about this. I want to watch it. And it was a 2 VHS set.
Yeah.
Because it was so fucking long, just like Titanic was.
Titanic was 2 VHSs?
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
watch the second one and you're good.
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch all this shitty build up. You just watch the boat
my
sink
God.
and everyone die.
Yeah, there was a lot of them that was
Hacks.
a double feature like that because they were too long.
That and Wayne's World were
Rose
those.
Red. Yeah.
Oh, Rose Red, yeah. That's another good one. Stephen King. But anyway, yeah, I just remember I watched the first portion of it because it was too long. I didn't have time to watch it all, but that one, it really fucked me up. And I was really excited to see that it's coming back, and like when we all got to see the new
Oh
one.
man, we went and saw opening night at Flicks. That was tight.
So good.
Yeah, that
Such a
movie
good
freaked me the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
kind of to go back to what you were saying about like how you can't get scared. Like, I get so immersed in anything I'm doing.
Right.
Like, I have like this tunnel vision
I
where
want that.
everything goes black around me, and I'm in the movie.
That's good. I want.
So like during it, I got freaked out 2 separate times. But to kind of like give you like a weird streaming story I have about immersion. So I bought this game called Subnautica, and it's basically like this underwater exploration game, kind of like, you know, like Fallout 4 mechanics where you're like kind of like building a base, kind of.
That's awesome.
You're just like getting stuff, like you can make a little submarine and shit, but like it's like really slow moving at first. So I had just made my first knife, and I'm like, there's this like thing on my like headphone things. It's like, hey, the ship you crash landed on this planet in is gonna explode in 2 hours, so take care of some shit, bro. So I'm like, okay. So I start pedaling with my little flippers in the middle of the ocean to this big boat. The water starts going all murky. I'm like, this is kind of starting to freak me out, dudes. And then I like hear some like huge like some fucking screech, and I'm like, so I paused it, and I'm like, okay, it's not real. A fish isn't gonna bite you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So then I'm like, okay, back to it, guys. Get back into it. I'm like swimming back towards the ship, and I see the outline of this giant fucking serpent. I'm like, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. And it like turns its head towards me, and I'm like, oh! So I like hit escape, pause it, uninstall, request refund. Done.
Dude, so my number one fear in the entire world is being under the water and getting eaten by a shark. Number one fear.
It's a good fear. It's a good fear.
Giant squids, the big octopi, octopus, I don't care. That stuff scares the crap out of me.
They move so slow, and they're like goddamn bullets.
Yes! Ripping you apart. Okay, what is that movie that came out in like early 2000s?
The shark one?
Yes. Smart Sharks. They had like a super smart shark movie. It was like not a perfect storm. I know that's way off. Deep sea blue. Deep blue sea.
Yes, yeah.
Deep blue sea.
The person that was just stranded in the water, and the sharks were like.
I don't remember exactly the plot. I just know that the sharks got smart somehow. Like they were like doing.
Yeah, they were doing like experiments on them, and then like something went wrong.
Yeah,
or was it just like a really, really big one?
Yeah, it was a huge one. Yeah,
it was just a
great
gigantic.
one. Yeah.
Megalodon.
Yeah, that's what it was too.
Oh my god! So yeah,
shark nostalgia.
So I actually like all my friends. I used to have like big birthday parties where I just invite everyone over. We'd have tons of pop, pizza, and play video games. Some people would play like we had like a gaming room where we just had like, all these games. Like we had a pool table and all that. Yeah. So we would be like half the people would be playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like a third of the people would be playing pool or whatever, and then the other people would be watching a movie. And I was watching that movie because everyone kept saying they wanted it, so my dad went and rented it. And I just remember, even with my like 10 friends or whatever, I got so scared. I was like freaking out, about to piss my pants at like my 10th or 11th birthday party.
Oh my god.
Deep blue sea, no underwater bull crap. So yeah, when you say like you're playing Subnautica, this like game, like just think about it, if that was VR, I would know. I would straight up.
It is a VR game.
What?
Yeah.
Intense.
I don't have the VR.
Okay.
It's like an option for that kind of thing, but yeah, it would be.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's too immersive, man. Video games are getting too.
They're getting intense.
Yeah, it's either they're like, what is it, like 2D platformer remake kind of things, or too fucking good.
Yeah. So like Celeste is like this amazing 2D platformer that uses 16-bit color scheme and all that, and then we can dive into what's a game that's coming out that's just unbelievable. I mean, pretty much anything. Like Skyrim even. The most recent remake, even on Switch, portable, looks awesome. Looks amazing.
Yeah, no kidding. It's getting crazy.
Last of Us 2, that's going to have the most insane, like...
Oh, wow, they're making that?
Oh, yeah. Last of Us 2 comes out later this year.
I didn't finish Last of Us because, again...
Me neither,
immersion,
I got stuck. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Immersion got to me. Because there's, like, that big monster that kind of, like, you can't kill and chases you or whatever. Like... not the big one. It's just like you have to sneak around them. You know, like they're like wormy guys. Dude. I don't know.
So I got to that point where you have to like sneak around, throw bricks and stuff. And I couldn't get past it. I got stuck. I fell down a hole or something. So I like stopped playing. I was only like 3 hours into it, but I want to get back to that. I wish I had a PS4.
You don't take me as a stealth gaming kind of guy. Like
I always like try my hardest to have patience. Like that's why I can't play Metal Gear Solid.
Sure.
Like I have Metal Gear Solid 5, one of the best games that has come out in this generation, unopened. Like I got it for Christmas 2015. I haven't played it yet. Like I can't.
I have Destiny 2 unopened.
Okay.
I'm probably just gonna give it away on
just
the
give
stream.
It away on the stream. That's tight.
Just because.
Yeah, man.
I don't like that kind of. It's funny because I put it on like an Amazon wish list for Christmas, and I like got it, and I'm like, I don't really want this.
Man, I put on couch sliders. Like you put them underneath your couch feet and you can slide around the room. Yeah. But I also got them because you can put your heels on them and like do workouts, like body weight workouts. It's actually it's like a life hack.
Do like the runners or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can do that or the balls of your feet and do that. But anyway, those are on my Amazon wish list and I got them for Christmas. So be careful what you put on your wish list, kids.
You'll get it.
But life hack with the wish list, I put things on there that I want to buy and then I get like a mini high of like actually buying it. So yeah, I use that to my advantage.
My brother
to not spend money.
Hacked Amazon wish list beyond anything I've ever seen. It was beautiful. Like he wanted a new PC for Christmas and everyone's like, get the Amazon wish list. And he's like, I just want a computer. And everyone's like, no, I'm not going to buy you a fucking $700, $800 computer.
Right.
So he just like put every part on the wish list and he got the whole fucking computer.
No way.
Yeah, and he just built it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I was like, dude, I've never seen you do anything that smart, and that was just smart.
Yeah, yourself.
You don't have to like be a computer genius to like be able to hit add to cart, buy, right? Especially basing it off a wish list. You don't have to go to iBuyPower.com.
On the other hand of it, like it was kind of unexciting watching him open gifts because like he's like open them and be like, here's the motherboard, and then like my dad's like, what is that? And he's like, it's a part of this computer that you bought for me. He's like, tight.
That's genius, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. My dad got me a Wii. Well, I took a time machine back, guys.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Pro controller. I know you have like 2 or 3 or 4 of them. But he got that for me. He's like, damn, controllers cost $70 these days. Because like when I was a kid, I got the $30 Mad Cats instead of $50.
Those have been like 20. Because like I remember the I don't know why I know this, but they were $29.99 for the official
PS2.
Or no, for the N64 controllers.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
If that's what we were talking about.
Well, you're right.
Yeah. I guess Mad Catz made all that shit, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad they went out of business,
like
though.
the light up and everything.
Yeah.
No, those were the controllers you made your friends play on when they came
out. Yep.
You didn't like
Now, though, like, now I'm just so much better than most people at Mario Kart. I just will take any controller, you know.
Dude,
I'm a beast.
Get ready to get wrecked, dude. Because I've been training both day and night. I've, like, completely cut sleep out of my schedule to get better at Mario Kart.
Dude, Mario Kart. Dude, I can't wait because St. Patrick's Day, you know, we're having this huge party. Everyone's gonna come over. We're gonna have brunch. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have a podcast, and then we're gonna do a Mario Kart tournament. It's gonna be tight.
Shit. With brackets, like legit, like
I haven't thought that far.
Dude, get a fucking board, get a board up there, and then we'll talk, and then you can actually like have some tangible piece of proof that you're the best.
And you need to set up some sort of a prize too, where there's like a bottle of liquor.
Oh, Jameson, that'd be tight.
You should.
Oh my gosh.
All right, got it.
Yeah,
Destiny 2 for the winner, baby.
A whole bunch of shit we don't want.
It's like a garage sale.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been, my favorite podcast. So I want to get more guests in March and April. So hey, if you're listening and you are in the Des Moines area, give me a shout out. I'm at Sean S. Johnson. You can give the EZPZ a shout out at TheEZPZ. Let me know if you want to be on the show. Send your letters to TheEZPZPodcast@gmail.com. That's our email address. Nick, where can they send the letters to?
TheEZPZ Podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, Trey, where is that?
I heard you could send it to the EZPZ Podcast at gmail.com.
Exactly, yeah. Send your letters. You will be featured on the show. Or you can just send us something on Twitter or whatever, Instagram, and comment, and you'll be on the show.
Suggestions on what to chat about.
Sean will respond to anything. Like, if you message him, he'll fucking say something to you. He wants you to talk to him, so fucking do it.
Reach out. Let's be part of the show. You're playing at home. Let's get you on the show, too. So, what I was going to say, though, episode 66, starring me, Nick and Trey. This has been awesome, guys. My favorite podcast, though, are us three, because we're just going down crazy lemon hole.
Oh yeah, I feel like I derail shit pretty bad.
No, I like it.
That's the best.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's a flowing conversation, dude. It's like that's all.
No, I always have fun.
Podcast or conversation. So you can find me though once again at Sean S. Johnson. Nick, where can I find you?
Instagram at bazooka_Nick. SoundCloud Nick Gandy.
So Nick's Mix 11 is a couple days late, but you're going to be releasing it soon, right?
I actually made it during that show. I was like,
It's like two bearded
Oh my god! You guys, holy crap, that just reminded me. I know we're like wrapping things up here, but I have to say, I saw, and I'm not kidding, I saw somebody reading a fucking book.
Really?
In the back of Dead to Fall.
Wow.
Somebody was reading a book during Dead to Fall set.
Damn.
That's badass,
Well,
dude.
that was the most crazy thing I've ever seen, and I've been to a lot of hardcore shows.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I've never seen that in all of my days.
So some context there. I'm wondering if maybe it was someone with a band. Like, I don't give a shit.
No, he was just like in the crowd.
Some dude.
So like, picture where we were standing for Misery Signals. Goes 3 people to your right.
Yeah.
Like 10 feet from the back area, like or plus more.
I mean, he was peacocking, man. I mean, no one else in that pit was reading a book. He's just in there. It's like everyone's like, let's get ignorant, motherfuckers. He's like, let's get educated, mother frickers.
And he pulls up his glasses. Let's get educated. Wow. So true. Holy crap. Nick. So Nick's Mix 11 is out.
Yep.
Cool. We'll get that on the Easy Peasy channels. I'll retweet that or repost that, whatever. Nick Gandy Art.
Yep.
You still got your...
Doing things. I just finished that big commission for the guy that was making the book. So
nice.
That took up a lot of my time, but now I'm going to back to some personal projects, doing the bookmark thing and stuff. So
Yeah, dude, the bookmark thing's legit. Like, I'm actually a pretty big fan of that.
I'm probably going to finish yours today. So.
Nice. Dope. Trey, where can they find you?
Oh, God, on the internet.
Yes.
On the dark web in the shady alleyway.
I will say real quick, it's impressive that you can remember each individual thing because they're all slightly different. I'm like, God damn.
I'm doing what I can with what I got.
You gotta remember the rules. Instagram has periods in the handles. Twitter has underscores.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, so totally.Trey Instagram, totally_Trey on Twitter. Add me on Twitter. I'm like bored on there. I need more people. And,
I agree.
I Twitch stream at twitch.tv/totallytrey. We're coming up on 420 followers. I need to think of something big, something huge to do. I'm not allowed to smoke weed on the stream.
You can smoke fake weed though.
I guess I could.
But you might get reported.
I just don't want to deal with that fiasco, and I honestly am trying to go for more of a rated R theme instead of a rated Trey theme.
Yeah.
So.
Right on. Yeah, twitch.tv/totallytrey. They can find the Easy Peasy Podcast at the Easy Peasy. This has been episode 66. And hopefully next week on 67, you're going to be hearing the fresh setup. We'll see if I can finish that, building that, like setting it up, testing it. This has been episode 66. Thank you, fellas. You guys rock.
Yeah, thanks for having me.